But yeah, again, whoever takes that mantle of going after Bjergsen is going to be those are some big shoes to fill, and he'll be the third mid laner of TSM. That's just nuts. That is just crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's how long it's been since, and how much stability that represents. So again, I wanted to turn our focus onto Bjergsen here. This move, is it surprising? Is it someone leaving before they're all out of gas in the tank? Because is he retiring on top? Like, I want to kind of get your guys' thoughts on Bjergsen.
Yeah, 0-6 of Worlds, retiring on top. This is the peak, and he just wanted to go out with a bang. So perfect. I love it.
Another NA championship, right? Another NA championship.
Okay.
And I feel like there's going to be always a lot of hate of, hey, he never got it done on the world stage. Got out of groups, once? The TSM under his regime and his mid lane push. But it feels like he's still talked about and is one of the best mid laners in there. So you say what? Jensen, Niski, Power Evil, Bjergsen. Those four.
Yeah, Bjergsen was the best.
He
was the best.
So doesn't that feel like a little left wanting a little bit more, or maybe this is a temporary thing, because we've seen even Doublelift do this?
I mean, there's a chance he comes back for summer,
right? Maybe, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like Bjergsen's not that type of guy, though. Personally, just
well,
like
I mean, if everything's on fire, right, then sometimes your hand's forced.
Yeah, maybe. I just feel like he's the type of person that he wants to commit to something, and I feel like he'll still be like coaching the team.
Okay.
I feel like he'll just be trying to like do his job as best as possible. I mean, I think that the thing that sucks is just like the fact that when he was actually at his peak, so I'm talking like seasons 4 through 7, like people are just gonna remember him differently than he was because of international accomplishments, and people have this like delusion with international accomplishments where they relate it directly to like a player's skill. Where it's like at the end of the day, it's still a fucking team game, and like Bjergsen was legitimately like one of the top 5 mids in the world at points during that stint, right? So if you go from 2014 to like look at 2015 mids that were like going to these world championships, like the best mids in Korea were like Goong and Kuro and Nagne. Like these were the guys.
Nagne, holy shit.
Faker, hello.
Yeah, I mean obviously Faker's like the GOAT, right? But like like I'm talking about like if you're gonna make a top 5, yeah. Well, Dade had fallen off by season 5 as well. So when you look at when you look at like these players, like he was better than a lot of them, and he was able to like beat them in fucking lane, solo killed them multiple times, and you know he was really trying to 1v9 out there. And just because he doesn't get out of groups like in some of those years or whatever, people are just gonna make it seem like he actually wasn't as good as he was. Where it's like, I mean, there was a reason why it was called Bjergsen in 4 awards, because the rest of his team was actually useless in a lot of these tournaments. So I just hate that people are going to rewrite his career to being like, look, he was never actually that good. And then when people are like trying to challenge that, they can just always fall back on the argument of like, what did he do internationally then? It's like, okay, I guess he was just dog shit then. Like, I guess if you didn't make it to semifinals of Worlds, you're just a terrible player.
And that sucks. That super sucks. It's a lazy argument, but you know, there's really no answer for it either.
Sure, I just gave you the answer. That was literally the answer. The answer is like, go watch the fucking games. Like, I literally did this on stream because I was so triggered by people being like, he just never was that good.
Sorry, I meant no answer for that kind of a person that is only going to use results-based type.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you just have to
Reddit. So.
You literally just have to like show that. You have to like shove the fucking. You have to do that. What you have to do with dogs when they don't want to take like their pills. You have to like like open their mouth and put the pill in. Like I like have to fucking force that shit down their throats. Like, no, you're gonna watch this lane phase in season 5 between Nagne and Bjergsen when Nagne was qualifying to Worlds from Korea. You're gonna watch this lane phase and tell me that he's better. You know.
All right. Alrighty. Well.
Just watch that shit, man. Like, I don't know.
Also, like, Bjergsen always kept TSM relevant, like throughout, no matter all the pieces that were around him. This is a new, like, just a This is
Holy
it.
shit! Wait, I'm way too triggered. Somebody said one match, top 5. How trash can you be? No, you fucking moron. It has nothing to do with one match. You can find example after example after example of him beating top tier mids all over the world multiple times. It's like when Crown was literally fucking one of the top mid laners in the world. When he was getting ready to win a world championship, when he made the finals of worlds, Bjergsen was clapping him in a fucking lane, like shitting on this guy in a fucking lane. So it's not one match; it's literally a whole time period. Look at any match from the entire fucking time period, and you'll see him shit on people. Like it's so delusional that people are like, "Oh, well, that's only one example." I literally brought up 15 fucking examples on stream.
Dom,
what?
Like 20 years ago, when you used to like sign up for something or like install something to your computer, right? You know how there used to be like a CD that you had to like press the button and then put the CD in, and then you had to like write a code, right? Nowadays we don't have those type of blocks, so people like this manage to end up on Twitch.
Yeah.
Fuck my life.
This is safe.
Oh my god, no, it's not safe. No, it's not safe. Somebody just said they played around Bjergsen every time. They played around nothing every time. The team was useless. The team was just hugging their own fucking turds. Like, please don't shit on us before Bjergsen could carry the game. And then they would just get shit on everywhere else on the map. No, it wasn't like they were like dumping resources into him and he was just getting a million fucking ganks and then he would end up taking over the game. No, he would open up the games himself through outlaning the opponent, through solo killing the opponent multiple times. Like there was a point where he would literally solo kill people on average, like once in every like 2 games, once in every 3 games, he's getting like a solo kill in lane, which is just like ridiculous for pro players. I mean, it was fucking crazy. And I know because I played against this guy, dude. I literally had him solo killing my mids in my games in LCS and then watched him go internationally and do the same fucking thing. This guy was actually insane. Like, I don't know. It's so crazy. But I mean, I guess a Western player like that hasn't made semifinals of Worlds could never have been top 5. It's true. It's true. That's just how it works, right?
Yeah. I mean, Cloud9 got out almost every time they were there, so Jensen confirmed better. So the argument over. No need to have even a conversation about it.
Yeah, and then there's also just like, I mean, look, how many times do you talk about the shit format? They're the number one seed format. Okay, go for it. Go for it. LS, I am going to explode. Go for it.
No.
Go for it. Floor is yours.
Yeah.
That's your stream. Go for it, man. What are you going to say? No, please.
No. Come on. I'm being the Twitch chat guy. You're wrong. It's fine. Yeah.
That's fun. It's fun.
Damn. Yeah. Just end of an era for TSM. I selfishly, I think we'll always miss seeing Bjergsen be able to do that. Dom, I always love hearing your stories about playing against him, right? And I think, again, it shows how long he's been playing. He's just been playing for such a long time. So you respect him. And it makes me sad because I feel like NA not only got worse in terms of the talent pool because he's no longer playing to set the example to visually see, but also because his work ethic was so legendary as a player. I think you get, for whatever reason, you get less credit of it as a coach or than you would as a player, right?
Sure.
I think, when you think NA coaches, right, Reaper always came to mind. Jat obviously winning his Coach of the Split award this year with Team Liquid, and I can vouch for him from our time working together. One of the smartest and hardest working guys that I knew. Like, but I think it's a little different now that Bjergsen shifting over to coaching. But doesn't this lead to now one of the things that we've been talking about for a long time on this show, the development? You're getting pro players coming back now to teach youngins, to teach someone that. Like Evolved, who I got to work with, insanely mechanically gifted, now can give that kind of feedback with the game knowledge and the respect combo that no one else can do except maybe Reaper.
This is something that I think I'm gonna have like this is something I'm planning to like have a deep dive on, elsewhere soon, where like Bjergsen's better than Evolved right now. Game knowledge in and of itself, though, is always changing, right? Because the game is always changing. So fundamentally, that's where like anything Bjergsen fundamentally understands differently is able to be transferred over that doesn't change inside of the game. But like game knowledge in itself, this is like one of the toxic, or not toxic, I think it's one of the harmful perceptions that exists in both the West and the East right now, where there is a big demand for certain retired pro players, but there's no guarantee that they're actually able to be helpful. Because sometimes, especially, and I'm not saying this is the case with Bjergsen, I think it's quite the opposite. I think in general, the person can't actually explain why they do things or why it works. You can experience this in other fields too. It's not even just League of Legends, right? So for Bjergsen and Evolved, if that is the route that ends up happening, it's still probably just a downgrade, but maybe that would be I mean, it is a downgrade, but that's the beginning of maybe TSM just trying to redirect their entire approach to how they construct teams.
Yeah.
Which,
again, we've hit on it multiple times. I think is crazy.
Yeah.
I just think it's crazy that TSM is not going to be a rebuilding team.
Yeah, I think that the thing that people don't really understand about Bjergsen is like when he does something, and part of the reason why like everyone who's ever worked with Bjergsen or everyone who knows Bjergsen has so much respect for him is his like work ethic and his desire to improve, which he will transfer to coaching. Like he wouldn't just be a coach to half-ass. Like that's just not his personality at all. Like he'll be doing everything in his power to try to be the best coach possible. And that's such like a powerful thing, combined with the fact that he's going to instantly have the respect of everyone around him, given like how great of a player he was. Like imagine you're a 20-year-old kid, you come into a team and Bjergsen's your coach. You're going to listen to everything that motherfucker tells you. So I think that the thing that people have to understand is the reason that he retired wasn't necessarily like, it wasn't because he can't like, still be competent. It's because he no longer thinks that he could win worlds, where people are going to be like, oh, well, NA, like obviously you guys can never win worlds. Well, this guy actually tried to win worlds the entire time. And there's always the argument of, oh, if he wanted to win worlds, he should have went to EU. Up until the last like 2-3 years, there wasn't this massive gap between NA and EU that there is now, or like that there even is perceived to be now. I mean, even right now, I mean, Fnatic's starting to get up there, but when you look at like the 3rd, 4th teams in EU compared to like the best teams in NA, it wasn't huge. And if you look at it from the perspective of Bjergsen, right, and you're a guy who season 6, you guys got the group of fucking death. You got RNG and Samsung Galaxy. Samsung Galaxy ended up, like, even though they were the 3rd seed from Korea, that team ended up getting to the finals of the tournament, right? So that's an extremely hard group. They went 3-3 in the group, took a game off of Samsung Galaxy, ended up losing the tiebreaker based on the fact they lost 2 games to RNG, who was also 3-3 in the group. Don't advance because of that. The next year, you run it back, same roster, because you think it's a dominant team. Why would you change for the unknown when Europe didn't have a great performance in Season 6 Worlds, right? Like H2K made it to semifinals, but that was because they played against ANX. Go to Season 7, you run it back with the same roster. Then there's visible issues, and you take what was perceived the best bot lane in the West, like unanimously across Reddit, across analysts, everything. Sven and Mithy were supposed to be the godlike combo. You inject that into your team. You get young talent around you. Like it all was something that you can logically follow, where he is trying to win worlds at every single point. And I think at this World Championship, there was like a breaking point where he realized, like, I no longer am good enough to actually win worlds. Like, I don't have the talent, and it's not a realistic thing that I can achieve as a player. So let me try it from a different angle. Like, he's still trying to win worlds, just from a different angle. So I just want people to like respect that quality, because the most like disgusting thing I see is people that undermine like his desires based on the fact he didn't go to EU, when at all points you could understand like what his reasoning was, and that was clearly always his goal. So that's pretty much it. That's my little speech.
Yeah. NA loses a great one as a player, gets a great one as a coach, and the pursuit for worlds continues for Bjergsen, just in a different way.